Okay, so we have seen how to work with the list. So in the list we have seen some operations like how to add and how to replace the values. We have seen how to add it and how to replace the values. So if you want to replace one value, you are taking the help of index. And if you want to replace more than one value, if you want to replace one value, you are taking the help of index. If you want to replace more than one value, so you take the help of slicing. For example, I create a list of some 10 values. So this is the list. And this list is having how many values here? 10 values. So I want to replace 3 values. Okay, first 3 values. So I want to replace first 3 values. So how can I replace first 3 values? So the index of first value is 0 and this is 1 and this is 2. So I'm writing here list 1 of 0 colon 3. 0 colon 3 means I'm replacing the value at 0 and value at 1 and value at 2. Value at 0, value at 1 and value at 2. So I'm replacing these values with some 77, 88 and 99. So here I'm replacing first 3 values. You can see first 3 values get replaced. Suppose I want to replace, so list 1 of, I want to replace last 3 values. So last 3 values means this is -1, -2 and -3. So I'm writing here -3 colon, -3 colon colon, or I can just write -3 colon. So -3 is a start, but not given stop. If the stop is not given, it will replace until end of the list. If the stop is not given, it will replace until the end of the list. -3 colon equal to some 11, 22, 33. So what will happen? It will try to replace last 3 values. You can see last 3 values get replaced. Okay. In the same way, if I'm writing list 1 of, I said here list 1 of. So this is replacing first 3 values. This is replacing last 3 values. If you want to replace the values from, I want to replace all the values. I want to replace all the values except the first 3 values and last 3 values. I want to replace all the values except the first 3 values and last 3 values. Means total number of values are 6, 10. So I want to skip first 3 values and last 3 values. And remaining 4 values I want to replace. So first 3 values means it starts at 3. Means 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, from 3 to, I'm just writing here -3. 3 to -3. So when you write here 3 to -3, means 3 is a start. And what is -3 here? Stop. So -1, -2 and -3. So I'm replacing how many values here? 4 values. So I'm writing here 1, 2, 3, 4. I just write here 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can see how many values are replaced here? 4 values. So if you want to replace more than one value, so what you do is you take the help of slicing. If you want to replace more than one value, you take the help of slicing. Okay. But for replacing one value, you can directly use what? Index. For replacing one value, you can directly use a index. Okay. Okay, right now this is replacing more than one value with the help of what here? Slicing. So this is about replacing. Now there are some mutable, there are some more, there are some more, there are some more mutable operations are there. Okay, there are some more mutable operations are there. So what are other mutable operations is? So we have seen, yes. So in the list, so this is my list class here. So these are some more mutable operations. So we have seen insert and how to delete. So I think we have not seen deleting, right? So how to delete, how to delete, how to delete or remove, how to delete or remove, how to delete or remove elements. Elements are items from list. So deleting elements from the list can be done in different ways. The first one is list provide. List provides different different approaches for deleting or removing elements. Deleting or removing elements. The first one is using index. Second one is using slicing. Third one is using remove method. Fourth one is using clear method. Fifth one is using pop method. See here, how many methods are there? Okay, for deleting elements, 5 approaches are there. First one is using index. Second one is using slicing. Third one is using remove method. Fourth one is using clear method. Fifth one is using pop method. So these are different approaches which are used for removing elements from the list. So first one is using first one is using index. You can remove the element using what? Index. Index. You can remove the element using index. So index allows to remove. Index means position. Okay, index is what here? Position. Index allows to remove only one element. Only one element from what? List. So using index, you can able to remove. So index allows removing how many elements from the list? Only one element from the list. You can remove only one element from the list. So for removing, for removing, for removing, we use what here? Delete keyword. Delete keyword. So you are trying to say delete. How you are removing it? Delete. Delete it followed by list name. Delete it followed by list name and followed by what here? Index. If the index is, if the given index is invalid, if the given index is invalid, it rises, which one? Index error. If the index is invalid, it rises which error? Index error. Okay, so this index can be either positive or this index can be either what? Negative. This index can be either positive or it can be negative. So if you want to delete elements or if you want to delete items from the list, you are trying to take the help of delete. So for example, I create a list with some values like this. I created list with some values and I'm saying delete list one of what? 0. If I say delete list one of 0, 0, value at 0 get deleted. But whenever deletion is done, the elements are shifted towards the left side. So it means this 20 get moved in which position? 10 position. And this 30 get moved in which position? 20 position. This 40 get moved into which position? 30 position. This 50 get moved into which position? 40 position. So whenever you delete, the elements are shifted towards which side? Left side. Whenever you delete, the elements get shifted towards which side? Left side. And decrease the size of the list. Decrease the size of the list. Now you can see if I'm saying print list 1, so it is shifted, means 20 is moved at 0 plus, 20 is moved at 0 plus, 30 is moved at 1 plus, and 40 is moved at 2 plus, and 50 is moved at what? 3 plus. And is it the size of the list is decremented or not? Yes. So I can delete list 1, delete list 1 of -1. So what is the value at -1 here? 50. What is the value at -1 here? 50. So 50 get deleted in this case. If I say print list 1, so is it 50 get deleted or not? Yes. But if I'm trying to give the index which is not valid, list 1 of some -5, -5. So this is -1, this is -2, this is -3. Is it index -5 is valid or invalid? Invalid. Then immediately tries this which error? Index error. List assignment index out of range. List assignment index is out of range, right? So if you want to delete, okay, you take the help of the delete keyword. For example, okay, right. If you want to delete, for example, okay, for example, there is a list with, assume that okay, suppose write a program, write a write a program to read n elements or items into list. Write the program to read how many elements into the list? N elements. Read n elements. Read n elements or items into list, and remove input element. The element which is input, you have to remove that element. Okay, remove which element here? Input element. The element which you want to remove, you just enter that element, and that element should be removed. Okay, that element should be removed. So what you have to do, first you create one list. This is empty list. Okay, you can create empty list like this also. You can create empty list like this also. So how you create a list? Using square brackets. How you create a list? Using square brackets. Now I create a list and I have to read how many elements into the list? N elements. So integer of input, enter how many elements. You want to read how many elements? How many elements you want to read it? Okay, then you have to read for I in range of n. Suppose if n value is 5. Suppose if n value is 5. Now this loop is executed how many times? 5 times. So each time you are reading one element. So what is the name of my variable? Element equal to integer of input, enter element. So I said element equal to integer of input, enter element. So once you read the element, you add this element to the list. you add this element to the list. Okay, so print list 1. So we read a number of elements into the list. How many elements? 5 elements. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So how many elements are added in the list? 5 elements. I try to execute again. Enter how many elements? I want to enter some. Okay, suppose assume that again 7 elements. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, and 40 and 50. Now you can see 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 40, and what? 50. So I want to remove one element. I want to remove the element. Suppose I want to remove the element called 10. I want to remove which element here? 10. I want to remove the 10. How can I remove 10? So to remove 10, I should know the index of 10 or not. To remove 10, I should know the index of 10. How can I find out the index of element? How can I find out the index of element? Okay. So see, there are some methods are there. Common methods are there. Common methods which are used for every sequence type. Common methods are there which is used for every sequence type. You can see index. There's a method called which one? Index. So by using index, I can find the index of the element which you want to remove. But it will return only first occurrence. It will return only first occurrence. So that will return the index of which one? The element which you want to remove. The index of element which you want to remove. Okay. Suppose what I'm saying is I equal to, suppose I'll ask first which element you want to remove. So remove element. Okay, integer of, okay, enter the element to remove. Enter the element to remove. Okay, then what I'm saying is I or index. Index equal to list 1 dot index of removed element. So what you're doing, you're finding the element index. You're finding the element index. Which element index? Removed element index. You're finding the element index. Which element index? Removed element index. And then you'll say delete. So delete list 1 dot list 1 of removed list 1 of index. Then after that, I just put list 1. I just print list 1. So I deleted. I said delete list 1 of index. So which element you want to remove it? You have just written that. Which element you want to remove it? You have just written that. Okay, which element you want to remove it? You have just okay, find the index of that and remove that. If I say, suppose, assume that this is having how many elements? Some 7 elements. I want to remove 10. So what is the removed element here? 10. What is the index of 10? What is the index of 10? 0. If I say delete list 1 of 0, which element is deleted? First element is deleted. But 10 is there how many times? 2 times. But this logic will delete how many elements? Only one occurrence or all occurrences? One occurrence. This will remove all the occurrences or only one occurrence? Only one occurrence, not all the occurrences. For example, I want to read 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 2. Suppose I want to remove 1. So 1 is repeated how many times here? Only one time. So no problem. It is removed. Now 2, 3, 3 and 2. Okay. Suppose if I run this again, how many elements I wanted? 5 elements. 1, 2, 3 and 2, 2 and 5. So I want to remove delete 2. But 2 is there how many times here? 2 times. 2 is there how many times here? 2 times. But if I say remove 2, how many times it is removed? How many times it is removed? One time. How many times it is removed? Only one time. Okay. How many times it is removed? Only one time. One time it is removed. How many times it is removed? Only one time. So to avoid this, what do you have to do? If I want to remove multiple things, what I have to do? I have to put inside one. I have to put inside one loop. Okay, I need to say while true. So while true means, now how many times this loop get executed? Tell me. While true means how many times this loop get executed? Infinite times. While true means how many times this loop get executed? Infinite times. So every time you are searching the element, if a removed element is there inside list 1, what you are doing? If removed element is there inside list 1, if the removed element is there in list 1, find the index of that, find the index of that element and remove it. Okay, if the removed element is there inside what? List 1, get the index of that element and delete it. If the removed element is not there, if the removed element is not there, what you are saying? Break. Removed element is not there. What you are saying here? Break. You're terminating the loop by saying what here? Break. Okay. Now just to try to see how many elements? 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 1, and then 4. I want to remove 1. So is it 2 ones are deleted or not? Yes. So remaining elements are what here? 2, 3, 4. Remaining elements are how many here? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Remaining elements are 2, 3, 4. You want to know it whether this element is there or not. I can find out here only if removed element not in list 1, you can print here. What is the message? Element not found. You can say directly element not found outside the loop. How many elements? 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to remove 8. 8 is there or not there? Not there. So element not found. I can execute. Enter how many elements? 5 elements. 1, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 1. I want to remove which one? 1. So is it 1 deleted or not? Yes. So if you want to delete, see, the logic is very simple. Why I put inside a loop? Because I want to remove all occurrences. Why I put inside a loop? Because I want to remove all occurrences. So you are trying to check, is it this element is there in the list 1? Get the index of that element and delete it. Okay, get the element of that element index of that element and delete it. Okay, again it will search. Okay, if the element is there, get the index of it and then delete it. If there is no more elements in the list, what will happen? Break. Okay, but if you want to remove one element using index, how can I remove the element using index? By using delete keyword. How can I remove the element using index? By using delete keyword. Okay, right now this is how you are deleting it. But removing more than one element is done using slicing. Now, what is the next one is using slicing. So slicing allows to remove, slicing allows to remove more than one element. Yeah, you can remove. Repeated number also you can remove. All repeated numbers means duplicates. You want to remove what? Duplicates. Yes, that will see. Like removing duplicate can be done by just converting. Okay, very simple. You can convert list into set. By converting list into set, you can remove the duplicates. Okay, because set doesn't allow duplicates. Set doesn't allow what here? Duplicates. So that you can do it. Okay. Okay, now using slicing allows to remove more than one element. Why? Because so slicing required multiple indexes. Okay, slicing required multiple indexes. Okay, slicing allows what here? Multiple indexes. So for example, you are saying delete, suppose delete list name, and you have to give the start index anyway. Slicing syntax, you know it. Start index and second one is stop index. Okay, start index, stop index, start index, stop index, and one more is what here? Step. Okay, so from where to where you want to delete? From where to where you want to delete, right? Suppose if you see simple example, right? From where to where you want to delete. Suppose I create a list with some using range of values, range of okay 10 comma so 1 10 comma 10. Okay, now this is a list which is having how many values? 10 values. That is 10 to 100. How many values are there in the list? 10 values are there from 10 to 100. Now what I want to do is I want to delete first three values. I want to delete first three values. How can I delete first three values? Delete list one of 0 colon 3. So 0, 0, 1, 2. So how many values get deleted here? Three values. Now if you see list 1 having how many values? 7 values. Now suppose I want to delete last three values. I want to delete how many values? Last three values. How can I remove last three values? Delete list 1 of minus 3 colon. Minus 3 colon. Okay, minus 3 colon. So what is the default step value? Plus 1. So minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So it will remove all the elements from minus 3 to minus 2 minus 1. So last three values get deleted. Now if you print list 1, list 1 is having how many values? 4 values. If I want to delete, I want to delete two values. By skipping first value and last value, I want to delete these two values. I can say delete list 1 of 0 colon, 0 colon, what is that? Minus 1. So I want to skip the first value as well as what? Last value. So 0, 0 colon, 0 or 1, 1, 1 colon. So I started 1, 1 colon minus 1. So start is 1 and stop is what here? Minus 1. So it will delete 1 as well as what? 2, but it will not delete which one? 3. So you can see delete list 1 having remaining elements, that is 40 and 70. Okay. Now, if you want to delete more than one element, you take the help of which one? Slicing. If you want to delete more than one element, take the help of slicing. Yes. So you have to define the starting index and the stop index, as well as what? Step. You have to define the start index, stop index, and you also define which one? Step. But these two approaches, these two approaches, what you need to know? Index. If you don't know the index, you cannot remove it. But how can you find out the index? You can find out the index by using a function called which one? Index. How can you find out the index? By using a function called index. Alternative values means you have to give the step as 2. If step is 2, then it will remove alternative values. Suppose you take a list 1, list of range of 10 comma 1, 10 comma 10. Now this is a list 1. You want to remove alternative values, means first value, then second value, then first value. See 1, 0, 0, and then 2, then 0, 2, and then 4, then 6, then 8. Then what you can do? Delete list 1 of, okay, 0 colon colon 2. So from 0 onwards, I want to delete all the elements by giving the step as what? 2. So it will delete the element at 0, and 0 plus 2 is a 2. 2 plus 2 is a 4. 4 plus 2 is a 8. 4 plus 2 is a 6. 6 plus 2 is a 8. So it will delete alternative elements. Now remaining are 20, 40, 60, and 80, and one more is what? 100. So it is deleted which elements? Alternative elements. So for that you have to give only the step. Okay, which element you want to delete, just give the step there. Okay, based on that, you can remove multiple elements also. Now using slicing, removing it with the help of slicing, you can also remove, I don't know the index. Okay, without knowing index, I know only the value. So you can find out the value index and you can remove. Or you can remove directly. You can remove directly by using one method. You can remove directly by using one method called which one? Remove. Okay, see, for removing it using two approaches, you should know what? Index. If you don't know the index, you cannot remove it. If you want to find out the index, then you are using which method here? Index method. But I know only the value, I don't know the index, then I can remove it even by using which method? Remove method. I can remove it by using which method? Remove. Using which method? Remove method. So there is a remove method. There is a remove method. Remove method is there. Remove method. There is a remove method. So this is for removing element. But this remove method, this method or function doesn't require. This method or function doesn't require what? Index. Okay. It removes the element using element, or what is that? Value or item. So how you are removing it? List name. Okay, list name dot remove value, list name dot remove value. Which value you want to remove it? Which value you want to remove it? Just give that value. So that value get what here? Removed. Not using index. This is using which one? Value. Value or item or element. Okay, all these are one and the same. Suppose assume that write a program to read n names into list. Okay, I want to read how many names, n names into list, and remove a specific name. Remove a specific okay, remove a specific name from names list. I want to remove the specific name from what? Names list. So write a program to read how many names here? N names into what here? List. Write a program to read n names into list, and after reading n names into list, you have to remove a specific name from names list. So read how many names? N names. So I take just names list. Now this is a names list. Okay. So this is a names list. This is a names list. You have to read how many names into the names list? N names. Enter how many names. You want to read how many names. How many names you want to read it. So input, enter how many names. You want to read how many names into names list. You want to read how many names into names list. That is nothing but n. Okay, now you have to read this many number of names list. So for I in range of what? N. So every time I'm reading one name. So enter name, and this name you are adding to the names list dot append. So append which one? Name. Okay. So after that, I'm trying to display the names list. After that, I try to display the names list. After that, I read the names list. Now, once you run this, is asking how many names. You want to input how many names? I want to input 5 names. Okay, now these are the names. Okay, so these are the names. Okay, assume that these are the names. How many names are there in the list? 5 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I want to remove the specific name. Then I'll just read R name. R name is a variable. Input, enter name to remove. Which name you want to remove? I have to find out first, is it removed name is there? Which operator I'm using? In. So in operator is used for searching a given element is exist or not. If the element is exist, it will return true. If the element is not exist, then it will return false. You are searching for this name in the names list. You are searching for this name inside what? Names list. If the given name is there inside the names list, if the given name to remove it. So you are saying names list dot. You are saying names list dot. What is that? Remove name. Okay, you are saying names list dot remove, and you are removing what here? Name. Okay, else. Okay, else. What do you have to do? You have to say this name is not there. Name not found. This name is not found. This name is not found. So how many names? I want to input 5 names. Again, I'm trying to input 5 names. So these are 5 names. Okay, these are 5 names, and I want to remove the name called some Kishore. You can see the name deleted, but after deleting, we have to display what? Names list. After removing, we have to display the names list. So how many names? I want to input 5 names. Okay, now this is the first name, this is a second name, this is a third name, this is fourth name, and this is fifth name. Enter name to remove. I want to remove Suresh. Now Suresh get deleted. Now these are remaining names. But are you removing it? How you are removing it? By using remove. Remove followed by what? Value. Which value you want to remove? Remove followed by value. Remove followed by value. But if the value is not there, if the value is not there, it will raise the error. So if the value is not there, it will raise the error. Okay, if the value is not there, it will raise the error. If the value is not there, it will raise the error. Okay, if the value is there, it will remove. If the value is not there, it will raise the error. For example, see if the value is there, it will remove it. If the value is not there, it raises a error. What is that error is? It raises value error. If the value is not there, it will raise the which error here? Value error. Now just see it. If the value is there, it will remove it. But if the value is not there, just to see it, I created list with some 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. And if I'm saying list one dot remove some 10. 10 is there or not there? There. List one dot remove. If I say some 90, 90 is there? No. So immediately it rises which error? Value error. So because of that, before removing, you have to verify. Okay. Because of that, before removing, you have to verify, is it that values exist or not exist? Before removing it, you have to verify, is it that values exist or not exist? If the values exist, then only you have to remove. If the values not exist, you should handle that saying this element is not available. Okay, this element is not available. But how can you verify? Is it values exist or not exist? Suppose 99 in list one. Is it 99 is there inside the list one? No. So what it will return? False. Okay. Now is it 20 in list one? Is it 20 is there in list one? Yes. If it is there, you delete it. If it is not there, you display the message saying that, okay, this element is not available. Now this in operator is used to verify, is it a given element is there inside a list of elements. If it is there, it will remove. If it is not there, yes. So this is to handle the error. If you don't handle this error, right, what will happen is your program execution will be terminated. If you don't handle this error, right, your program execution will be terminated. If you don't handle this error, your program execution is what? Terminated. Okay. Yes. So for that, you're trying to use a method called which one? Remove. Remove is one method. Yes, see here, this is a lot of questions are there on list. Practicing. programs on list practicing programs. I just copy this link in the document. First occurrence only. Remove method will remove first occurrence only, not all. So practice website. This is practice website. So take some examples from this. Okay, this website. Just take the problems from this website and you have to practice. See here. What do you mean by list in Python? List is which data type? Sequence data type. A list is a data structure which is mutable and ordered sequence of elements. So the elements in the list can be of dash type, any type or specific type, any type, heterogeneous or homogeneous, heterogeneous or homogeneous. Elements in the list are enclosed in which brackets? Square brackets. Value in the list are called elements, items. You can call it as elements or what is that? Items. Okay, every value which is there in the list is called as element or what is that? Item. Okay, yes. List are dash in nature, heterogeneous or homogeneous? Heterogeneous. So it allows more than one type of elements. List is a dash data type, linear, non-linear, linear, right? Linear data type. Elements in the list are separated by comma. How list elements are separated? How you are creating a list? You are creating a list by separating the elements with what here? Comma. List elements are separated by using which one? Comma. List elements are separated using which one? Comma. Strong data type means what first? What do you mean by strong? Strong means what? No. I think you forgot the question might be. I don't know. So elements in the list are separated by comma. So write the code to create an empty list named L. How you create empty list? By using square brackets, empty square brackets that will indicate which one? Empty list. Empty square bracket. All these are interview questions, right? Write a code to create a list of any three colors named color. What you do it? You'll say color equal to. How you write it? You'll write like color equal to. How you write this? You'll say. How you write it? This color equal to. So within the square brackets, you try to define how many colors? Three colors. And these colors are which type? String. These colors are which type here? String. Okay. Yes. So all these are useful. Nested list we have not seen. Okay. Now see, this is a practice question list. Test 2. Write the code to create a list of 5 vegetables. Okay. Vowels. First 10 natural numbers. Squares of first 5 natural numbers. Any 5 names of your friends. All the alphabets of words Taj Mahal. First 5 multiples of 6. First 5 multiples of 6. 5 vegetables. List with 5 vegetables. List with 5 vowels. And first 10 natural numbers. Squares of first 5 natural numbers. Any 5 names of your friends. Very simple questions, right? You have to practice this. Now, this particular site link I placed here, you just open and try to solve it. Even answers are there, but don't see the answers, right? You have to practice. Okay. So removing element is done by using which one? Remove method. So very simple examples only. See, what is the question here? Five vegetables. Five vegetables means what you do it? You write V equal to, so within the square bracket, you try to put what? Five vegetables. Okay. Now vowels means you'll say A, within double quotes what? E, like this. You are creating vowels list with what here? Vowels. You are creating vowels list with what here? Vowels. First 10 natural numbers means first 10 natural numbers. You start storing from where? 1 to 10. Okay, squares of first five natural numbers. Squares of first five natural numbers means how you write it. Very simple. Now you create a list. You create a list. Now this is empty list. This is empty list for n in range of first five squares of first five natural numbers. Then I'm saying list one dot append. Which one you are trying to append? N to the power of what? 2. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, as well as that's all. So this is a list having squares of how many numbers? 5 numbers. So you have to practice. Okay. You have to practice. So this is about remove method. So remove method can be used to remove how many elements? Only one element. Okay. One element, but using element or item, you can remove it by using element or what is that? Item. There is another approach also there. Removing all the elements. Removing all the elements using which method? Clear method. Removing all the elements using clear method. So next one is using clear method. So this will empty list. This will remove all the elements. All the elements are items from list. Or you can say this will empty list. This will empty list. If you want to remove all the elements from the list, you want to make the empty list. You want to make the empty list, right? So you can make empty list by using, yes. Now this is a list one having 10 elements. If I say list one dot clear, now all the elements get removed. You can say list one, is it list is empty? So is it removed all the elements from the list or not? Yes. But this can be done by using slicing also. Suppose I create a list one with how many elements here? 10 elements. List 2 is having how many elements? 10 elements. I can say delete list 2 of colon. I said delete list 2 of colon. Before colon is a start index. After colon is what? Stop index. Means you are removing all the elements from starting to what? Ending. Okay, starting to ending, all the elements get deleted. Now, list 2 is empty list now. So you can also delete it by using a keyword with the help of which one? Slicing. You can also remove it with the help of slicing. Slicing also you can use it. Slicing also you can use it for removing elements. Slicing also you can use it for removing what here? Elements. So there is one more method also there to remove. What is that? Another method is there is a method called which one? Pop. Pop method is there. Okay, pop method is there. You can also use pop method. So using, what is the next one is using pop method. So actually this pop is a term which is used in a data structure called which one? Stack. Okay, this pop method is used in a data structure called which one? Stack. Okay, stack. So generally what is stack? Okay, stack is a data structure. Stack is a data structure which follows last in, first out. So the element inserted last is removed first. The element inserted last is removed first. Okay, stack is a data structure, is a method of organizing, right? So stack is a data structure which follows LIFO, which is last in, first out. The element inserted last is removed first. By organizing elements, or items using stack. So using stack, complex problems can be solved easily. Complex problems can be solved in easy method. Example of stack is, for example, stack of undo operations. Okay, now undo operation. How undo is done? Last in, first out. How undo is done? Last in, first out. Undo means, if I say undo, which operation is undo? Suppose if I say undo, which operation is undo? Last operation which I did, that operation will be what? Undo. It means undo operations are done by using which approach? Stack. Undo operations are done by using which approach here? Stack. Undo operations are done by using stack. So stack allows, now we can implement stack using list. We can implement stack using list. So stack allows two operations. One is push. One is a push and one more is what? Pop. Now push is nothing but adding element or item inside a stack, and pop is nothing but removing element or item from stack. Okay, if you want to remove the element, but pop will remove which element? Last element which is inserted into what? Stack. Last element, because it follows which approach? LIFO. LIFO means what? Last in, first out. The element what you insert last is removed first. The element what you insert last is removed first. For example, if you take, this is a stack, right? If this is a stack, okay, stack allows how many operations? Two operations. One is push. Push is nothing but adding. What? Adding. So I add a 10. Then after that I add a 20. Then after that I add a 30. After that I add a 40, and then what? 50. If I say pop, which element is popped? 50. Last in, which element is added last year? 50. So that element is removed first. So which element is added last year? 40. So pop will do two operations. Pop will do two operations. One is it will read. First it will read, and after that what will it do? Remove. Okay, the element which is removed first, it is read. So the element which is removed is 50. After reading 50, it will remove this 50. So pop is doing how many operations? Reading as well as what? Removing. Now undo is there. Undo operations are stored in stack. Okay, now you do undo operation 1, undo operation 2, undo operation 3, undo operation 4, undo operation 5. If I say undo, which operation is undo first? Undo operation 1 or undo operation 5? Undo operation 5. The operation which I did last, that operation is undo first. The operation which I did last, that operation is undo first. The operation which I did last, that operation is undo first. The operation which I did last, that operation is undo first. So that is last in, first out. That is what you mean by last in, first out. So the element what you insert last, that element get removed what here first. Okay, the element what you insert last. Now push is nothing but adding and pop is nothing but removing. So pushing is done using append method. Pushing is done using append method. Okay, so pop is done using which method? Pop method. So pushing is done using which method? Append method. And pop is done using which method? Pop method. So there is a pop method. Using this pop method, you can remove element from the stack. Using pop method, you can remove the element from the stack. Okay. Now, how can you perform this? How can you perform this? For example, I've taken one list. For example, I've taken one list with 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. We'll see application, but just understand. What is the last element in the list? 50. If I say list 1 dot pop, which element is removed? Last element. Last in 50 is removed. After that, if I say print list 1, list 1 is having how many elements? 4 elements. If I'm saying list 1 dot pop, so what is the last element here? 40. Which element is removed here? 40 is removed. Written and remove. I said no, pop is doing two operations, written as well as what? Remove. Okay, so if you want to push is nothing but append. I try to append 40 into the list. Now, where it is added at the end? Where it is added at the end, and append means always at the end. So pushing is done at the end of the list or not? Yes. If I say pop, which element is removed? 40. Last in, which one is last in here? 40. The element which is inserted last is removed what here? First. So that is what you mean by last in, first out. So you can also use the list as a stack. You can also use a list as what here? Stack. So I'll tell you like how to perform this stack operations in detail, right? We'll try to see how to implement stack using list, and one more data structure I'll tell you how to implement queue also using list. Then we'll talk about other methods and nested list like that. Okay. So just try to see the problems in this. Okay. So tomorrow we'll continue this. Today we'll stop it here and tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you. Right. Yeah. 14. Okay, right. Okay, right. Thank you. And mm, uh, this one link అక్కడ ఇస్తారు తీసుకోండి. Double 9, 99, 89.